Tom and Dave, best friends since childhood, partners in crime. They were practically inseparable. From the moment they met in kindergarten, they knew they were destined to be lifelong friends. Growing up, they were always getting into some kind of trouble, whether it was sneaking into the neighbor's yard to play or building elaborate tree houses. They were always up to something. Pranks, shenanigans, you name it, they had a reputation in their neighborhood for being the mischievous duo. Ask their families about the time they accidentally dyed their neighbor's poodle pink. It was supposed to be a harmless prank, but it turned into a colorful disaster. Or the time they snuck into a drive-in movie, don't ask. They had to hide in the trunk of a car to get in, but it was worth it for the thrill. Let's just say they had a knack for turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. Every day was an adventure with Tom and Dave. Now in their late 20s, not much had changed. They still found joy in the little things and made the most out of every moment. They still shared the same goofy humor and thirst for adventure. Whether it was hiking up a mountain or exploring a new city, they were always up for a challenge. So when they decided to finally take that long-awaited trip to Bali, they knew it was going to be epic. They had been planning it for years, saving up and dreaming about the day they would finally set foot on the island.
Dude, Bali is going to be legendary. We've got everything planned out, from surfing lessons to beach parties. Beaches, babes, bintang beers. What more could we ask for? It's going to be the trip of a lifetime.
Just don't try to charm the monkeys with your dance moves like last time. Remember how that ended?
They shared a laugh, reminiscing about their past adventures and looking forward to the new ones. Remembering their disastrous trip to Thailand, it was a trip filled with unexpected twists and turns, but it only strengthened their bond. As they packed their bags and boarded the plane to Bali, they knew that no matter what happened, they would face it together, just like they always had. Because for Tom and Dave, the journey was just as important as the destination. The moment their plane touched down in Denpasar, a wave of excitement washed over them. Bali was everything they had imagined and more. Lush rice paddies, towering volcanoes, and pristine beaches. The air was thick with the scent of incense and tropical flowers. They checked into their beachfront bungalow, a cozy little hut with a hammock on the porch overlooking the Indian Ocean. After freshening up, they headed straight for the beach, eager to soak up the sun and surf.
This is the life, my friend.
The sun was setting, painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and purple.
You know what this paradise is missing?
What's that?
A couple of lovely ladies to share it with us.
Dave said with a mischievous grin. That evening, fueled by bintang beers and the promise of adventure, they found themselves at a lively bar in Kuta. Music pulsed through the air as locals and tourists mingled under the dim lights. And then they saw her, Sasha. She was sitting at the bar, sipping on a cocktail, her long, dark hair cascading over her shoulders. She was absolutely stunning.
Dibs.
Dave hissed, nudging Tom. He straightened his shirt and ran a hand through his hair, his usual swagger amplified.
Back off, Romeo. I saw her first.
And so began the familiar dance of one-upmanship, each trying to outdo the other in a comical display of bravado. As the night wore on, fueled by laughter and liquid courage, they found themselves drawn into Sasha's orbit. The bar was alive with the hum of conversation and the clinking of glasses, a perfect backdrop for the unfolding drama. She was witty, charming, and surprisingly down-to-earth. Her presence was magnetic, pulling everyone into her sphere with an effortless grace. Dave, never one to shy away from a challenge, was the first to make his move. He approached her with a confident stride, his usual bravado on full display. He regaled her with exaggerated stories of their adventures, his eyes twinkling with mischief. Each tale was more outlandish than the last, designed to impress and entertain. Tom, smoother and more subtle, turned on the charm, listening intently and offering witty banter. His approach was more refined, a dance of words and glances. Sasha seemed amused by their attention, her laughter like the tinkling of wind chimes. It was a sound that seemed to light up the room, drawing even more eyes to their little group. However, as the night wore on and the bintang beers flowed freely, a sense of unease settled over Tom and Dave. The initial excitement began to wane, replaced by a growing tension. There were subtle clues, whispers of something they couldn't quite place, a fleeting look, a hesitant pause, moments that hinted at a deeper story, and then came the revelation. It was a moment that would change everything, a truth that lay just beneath the surface, waiting to be unveiled.
You know, Sasha, you're even more beautiful than we imagined. The words hung in the air, a compliment that carried more weight than they realized.
Sasha chuckled, a soft melodic sound. It was a laugh that seemed to hold a secret, a hint of what was to come.
That's sweet of you to say. Her smile was warm, but there was a flicker of something else in her eyes, a hint of vulnerability. But I should probably tell you, I wasn't always a she. The words were spoken softly, but they hit with the force of a tidal wave.
Silence. Tom choked on his drink, his eyes wide. The revelation was like a jolt, breaking the spell of the evening. Dave, for once, was speechless. His usual quick wit failed him, leaving him staring in stunned silence.
I'm transgender. The words were simple, yet they carried the weight of a lifetime of experiences and struggles.
Sasha, ever graceful, continued. She spoke of her journey, her struggles, and her triumphs, painting a picture of resilience and courage. The room listened, captivated by her story, the night taking on a new depth and meaning. For a moment, the only sound was the pulsating music and the murmur of conversations around them. The atmosphere was electric, filled with the energy of people enjoying the night, yet there was an undercurrent of tension at their table. Tom and Dave exchanged glances, a mixture of confusion and surprise etched on their faces. They had known Sasha for a while, but tonight she had revealed something that neither of them had expected.
Seriously?
Sasha, to her credit, didn't miss a beat. She had anticipated their reaction and was prepared for it.
Seriously.
Tom, recovering his composure, found his voice. He had always prided himself on being open-minded, but this was a test he hadn't seen coming.
Well, that's, good for you.
Sasha burst out laughing, a warm, genuine sound that filled the air around them. Her laughter was infectious, breaking the ice that had formed.
You guys are priceless. I haven't had a reaction like that in ages. It's refreshing, really.
And just like that, the tension dissipated. The initial shock gave way to a newfound understanding and respect. The rest of the night passed in a blur of laughter and shared stories. They talked about everything and nothing, the conversation flowing effortlessly. Sasha told them about her life, her journey, and her dreams. She spoke with a passion that was contagious, drawing them in with every word. They listened, captivated, their preconceived notions crumbling away with each passing moment. It was as if they were seeing her for the first time. For the first time that night, they saw Sasha, not as a conquest, but as a person. A friend who had her own struggles and triumphs. A strong, courageous woman who had overcome incredible odds to be true to herself. Her story was a testament to resilience and authenticity, leaving a lasting impression on everyone at the table. As the night came to an end, they left the party with a deeper connection and a newfound respect for Sasha. It was a night they would remember for a long time. As the sky began to lighten, casting a warm glow over the beach, they walked along the shore, the sound of the waves crashing against the sand filling the air.
I can't believe we acted like such idiots.
Tell me about it. We were so caught up in trying to impress her that we didn't even stop to see her.
They felt a pang of shame, realizing how shallow and superficial they had been. Sasha deserved better than that.
You think she's mad at us?
I don't know.
Tom admitted, glancing over at Sasha, who was gazing out at the ocean, a wistful expression on her face. He couldn't blame her if she was. Section 7. The journey home. Lessons learned and laughter shared. The flight home was a mixture of quiet reflection and shared laughter. They recounted their Bali adventure, from the hilarious mishaps to the unexpected connections.
You know, Sasha taught us a thing or two.
Tom nodded, gazing out the window at the clouds drifting by.
Yeah, like how to be a decent human being.
They laughed, but it was a bittersweet laughter tinged with a newfound understanding. Their Bali adventure hadn't gone exactly as planned, but it had been an eye-opening experience. They had learned that sometimes the most unexpected encounters can lead to the most profound connections. Section 8. Life after Bali, a toast to friendship. Back in their everyday lives, their friendship had deepened. They still teased each other mercilessly, but there was an underlying current of respect and understanding that hadn't been there before. They still went out to bars, still enjoyed a good laugh, but their perspective had shifted. They were more aware of the world around them, more open to the beauty of diversity. And Sasha? They stayed in touch, exchanging emails and sharing stories.
To Sasha.
To Sasha. She showed us that sometimes the most beautiful things come in the most unexpected packages.
Section 9, The Importance of Acceptance. A note from the author. As I sat down to write this story, I couldn't help but reflect on the importance of acceptance in our world. We live in a time where people are often judged and marginalized for who they are, for their beliefs, for their differences, but it's in our differences that we find our humanity. It's in embracing those differences that we grow, learn, and evolve as a society. Tom and Dave's journey is a reminder that we all have something to learn from each other, regardless of our backgrounds or beliefs. It's a reminder that true friendship transcends superficial differences. Section 10, Until next time, Bali, a promise of more adventures. As I typed the final words of this story, I couldn't help but feel a sense of longing for the magical island of Bali. The warmth of the sun, the scent of the ocean, the sound of laughter echoing through the air. Who knows what adventures await Tom and Dave on their next escapade. One thing's for sure, they'll be ready for anything, armed with open hearts and a thirst for life. Until next time, Bali. Until next time.